Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. I am on my way to the Franklin Square Post Office today to collect my Happy Mail and bills. But I'm mostly looking forward to my Happy Mail from y'all. It's always so much fun to hear from you guys, to read your letters and your sweet cards and everything. But I am so worried today, y'all. It's just more and more and more bad news. I have a prayer request, and this is very, very sad. Y'all remember Tracy, my very good friend, who sent me the Vince Camuto cologne and the Vince Camuto women's perfume. I guess it's going on almost 2 years now. He called me yesterday, y'all, and he is just devastated because this woman that he grew up with, her name is Rhea, very, very close friends, his entire life. Her 15-year-old daughter committed suicide Saturday. I guess it was Friday during the night. So y'all please pray for this family. His friend's name is Rhea. And Tracy really, really needs prayer, y'all. He went to the funeral and he went to the house afterwards and set out the food and everything for the family that had been donated and, brought to the house by the church members. But, he loved this young girl like she was his own daughter. So he is just torn apart, y'all. So please remember my sweet friend Tracy in prayer. And this poor girl. Tracy didn't go into a lot of detail about it. I really didn't want to ask him why. I just waited for him to talk and tell me how he felt and asked him, what did he need me to do for him. But he told me that apparently the father is a bad alcoholic. Tracy said that he was a chemist, that he worked hard most of his life, and made good money, and that he and his wife, Rhea, who is Tracy's best friend, that they paid cash for their house here in Texas. But then, as with all alcoholics, the drinking, unless it's brought under control and treated as a disease and treated on a daily basis by attending AA meetings, then alcoholism just continues to get worse until you eventually destroy your entire family and your life and the lives of those around you, and you eventually die from it. That's what happened to my family. John started out young, just drinking Budweiser, and then as he got older, he just drank more and more and more. He never really turned to hard liquor. But you don't have to be a hard liquor drinker to be a severe alcoholic. And, things got worse. He kept losing jobs, and we kept having to move and move and move, and just devastation in our family. Total devastation. And I blamed Jeremy's death on his father, because Jeremy needed a car when he was working when we were living there in Kissimmee, and he needed a car to get back and forth to work. So John bought him this old piece of shit, old beat up, run down, didn't even run Volkswagen, and of course it stayed parked in our backyard most of the time. I didn't even have a car. I couldn't afford it. It was all I could do to keep a roof over our heads. Our rent was $500 a month, and I was only getting around $800 Social Security disability at that time. So, I could barely pay the rent and the utilities and put food on the table. And this was after John and I had divorced, and I had left him and was living on my own. So he got Jeremy this old crappy car that didn't run. So the day that Jeremy got killed was when he needed a ride home from work, and Marcus, the kid who picked him up, who had been drinking vodka and Coke, he was driving and had too much to drink, and they're saying that a car pulled out of a side road and that Marcus swerved to miss the car. Whether that's true or not, I don't know, but Marcus did hit the palm tree, and the back door went into a V on my son, and with the inertia, from the speed and Jeremy being thrust forward, he was crushed to death from his chest, his heart, his lungs, his ribs, everything just broken and crushed. So, I blamed John, and I let him know that I blamed him because I wrote him a long letter and told him how I felt about him being a worthless father and not providing for his children the way that he should have. So when Tracy told me about his friend and the daughter who was like a daughter to him, it just reminded me of all the trauma and things that my daughter had to go through with her father being an alcoholic. So the friend of Tracy's said that the daughter asked her mother, "Mom, why does Dad stay drunk all the time? I need my daddy. Why can't he just stop drinking and be a daddy to me? I need to talk to my daddy. I need him." And Tracy's friend went to work. We never think that anything bad is going to happen. And she works in the medical field, so she had gone to work. I guess it was Friday night. And then when she got home Saturday morning, she couldn't find her daughter. And the old drunk husband was passed out there in the bedroom. And Tracy said that they had always kept a gun on the top shelf in the closet. And Tracy had told his friend Rhea time and time again, you need to get rid of that gun. It's not safe having it laying out where someone could get to it. But I guess people just don't think through those kinds of things and take them seriously. So the daughter went into the closet, went past her drunk father now. He didn't even know it. And she went into the closet and got the gun out and went into the garage and took her dog with her and shot herself in the temple. So Tracy, I want you to know that I am so sorry, and I am asking our friends here, my subscribers and our prayer warriors and our friends here, to please pray for Tracy. Please pray for Rhea and this family. And oh dear God, just what could have been in this 15-year-old girl's mind to do something so horrific. Tracy said she was a straight A student. She just never made anything less than an A, and she was a hard worker and dedicated to her schoolwork. And of course her mother now is expressing all of her guilt to Tracy, and Tracy's trying to console her and help her get through this. But I do worry about you, and I want you to know that I love you so much, Tracy. You've been such a dear and loving and good friend to me, and I'm so sorry this has happened to your family. It has happened to your family. So Tracy and his husband did go to the funeral Saturday, and thank God that you have your husband there with you, Tracy. Thank God for that. But we are in trouble. Our world is in so much trouble. Our country. Oh dear God, what is happening to us? People have gone absolutely crazy. Everybody needs a slap upside the head. Going to these pool parties and COVID-19 parties and deliberately trying to get the COVID virus. Are these people crazy, insane? It is still out there. It's not a hoax. I had it. I know how terrible it is. My daughter had it. I am still not over it. I don't talk about it anymore because I don't want y'all worrying about me and stressing out over me and the side effects, the after effects, the long, enduring effects that I still have from it. It's not easy. I'm in so much pain every day. My muscles feel like they have sparklers on the end of them. They're just just firing off all the time, and just the pain and the weakness. It's like it will just never escape my body. And I just don't understand these young people. Now they're getting it. People in their 20s and 30s and 40s. You know, you're gonna really suffer from this. If you don't get very, very ill from it and die from it, then you may give it to your mom or your father or your grandmother. So y'all really need to think about this and stop being so stupid. And now the government is starting to blame Dr. Fauci. He's the only one that's had any common sense about all of this. And, you know, even though he still works in the administration, he did have the gall to speak out about it and to tell the truth about it. And now they're trying to make him out to be a liar and look bad. I just don't get it.